The Friday Football Frenzy, sponsored by Foundation Solutions.
Welcome into Week 4 of Friday Football Frenzy. Some conferences, like the Mountain 8, getting into league play tonight. Others still playing cross-conference games.
And that includes our game of the week, where Murphy, a historical power in the 1A program for many years, traveling east to play an Asheville area power in AC Reynolds. The Rockets still seeking their first win. Heading out to AC Reynolds, Rockets hosting Murphy. Before the halftime show, Reynolds finally finds momentum, down 14-0. Caden Ray takes the screen pass all the way where? To the cribbo. They'd missed a point after to make it 14-6. Third quarter, Rockets down 14-12. Colton Reimer finds Levi Anderson for the score to put the Rockets on top, 18-14. Later in Q3, Murphy down 22-14. Dante Barber gets the pick and takes it into Rocket territory. But that would be it for the Bulldogs. To the fourth we go. Once we get there, once he goes down to the fourth, same score. Reimer streams this to Caden Ray on the other end of the rainbow for the long touchdown. 28-14, less than 5 to go in the game. Rockets defense on the hunt, forces a Brady Grant throw, and it's picked off by Jaden Castillo. He's gone. 34-14. Rockets win.
We got on them pretty good at halftime. And they could have pouted and felt sorry for themselves because the coaches got upset, but instead they looked at it as, they might have been more upset than we were. And for them to be able to get together, our leaders do what they do and got us going.
Another Smoky Mountain Conference versus MAC matchup, Cherokee at Inca. First quarter, Jets operating from the Braves 37. The give goes to William Parham, who shakes a couple of would-be tacklers, and he's off to the races. This touchdown puts Inca up 7-0 early. Same score, fast forward to the second, but this time Inca back on its own 14. Doesn't matter for Parham. When he walks in the building, he's in scoring distance. Off he goes, mashing the turbo button, and he is gone. 86 yards for that touchdown run to double the lead, 14-0. But that apparently woke the Braves up. Dawson Panther looking long down the sideline to Javon Garcia. He hauls it in, juggles it at the end, but he made a football move, so he's in. A few plays later, Jonathan Saylor running like Jonathan Taylor for the 1-yard TD. 14-7 there. Jets pick up their first win, though. 27-19 your final there. Buckle your seatbelts for this one. Swain welcoming in Mountain Heritage to Memorial Stadium. Pick it up second quarter, 6-0 Mountain Heritage. Andrew Cody pitches the ball to Zeke Glaspie. He dodges a couple of defenders, walks in for the 7-6 Swain lead. The fans loving that. Now check out this little piece of hustle that defines 1A football. Erwin Rodriguez gets the handoff. He stopped, bounces off the pile. Whistle hasn't blown yet, so he keeps running all the way to the end zone. The 2-point try is good to make it 14-7 Heritage, but Swain springs the upset on a John Stevenson 25-yard field goal with just over a minute left to take a 16-14 win.
Rosman hoping for a touch of good luck, hosting Copper Basin out of Tennessee early Q1. The visiting Cougars driving. Drew Crowder gets the handoff and a good run deep in Rosman territory a few plays later. Quarterback Dawson Pittman hits Cameron Howard for the tutter. 6-0 visitors after the misconversion. Fans not discouraged. They're happy. Later in the first, Tiger quarterback Zeke Gainey fakes the handoff, keeps to his left, gets the skull. 8-6 after the two-pointer. Conversion's good. Tigers roll on to win 26-14. Anderson, South Carolina, they dominate Andrews 46-14. Mitchell does not dominate in Robbinsville. Robbinsville's 2-2 now, I believe. And McDowell, Avery County scores some points, 47-0.
Middletown the spot, Smoky Mountain at Pisgah the reason. Started off in the second quarter, Bears up 7-0, looking for more. Matthew Mahaffey airmails it to Mason Putnam and give him 6, 14-0 after the PAT. Mustangs answer, though, from the one. Hunter Cole is going to bulldoze just far enough to satisfy the men in stripes, so we go to halftime with Pisgah leading 14-7. The first Pisgah drive of the third, they moved the ball down the field. Landon Pope plows through with some good blocking from Hunter Nelson. The Stangs are going to try to answer when they get the rock back. Riley Smith is going to have a nice pickup on this run. But what do you do when you get them wrapped up? You rake at the ball. Mahaffey pulls it out and recovers the fumble. But turnabout is fair play. The first snap after that, Mahaffey looking for a shock play, but it's going to be tipped and picked off by a diving Damon Young. Smoky Mountain can't do anything with that, though, so early in the fourth, Pisgah going for it on 4th and goal. Halfback pass, they fancy there in Canton. Pope to Putnam, 29-8, they lead. Pisgah gets the conference win, number 1, 29-14. Some other scores from around the area. Tuscola outlasts North Henderson, 38-26. Landrum goes wild all over Asheville Christian. Christ School, a winner at Concord Christian. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Roberson Rams, and you're watching Friday Football Frenzy.
Oh, we love our barbecue here in North Carolina, and there are several fantastic stops throughout these mountains.
Here in Asheville, across the street from Asheville High, you've probably seen Little Pigs BBQ, but when you go inside, there's the surprise. There's been a lot of talent that's come out of Asheville and Western North Carolina, some with local legacies still in their prime, others legacy in life left. But many hang right here in a local staple, Little Pigs BBQ, since 1963.
It's probably about 10 or 12 years ago we started the pictures in the Hall of Fame and stuff, and everybody you see has either been in here or met the owners. That's pretty much the criteria.
Matthew Thomas has been Little Pigs manager for over a decade.
Let me back you up a little bit. Actually, all of it. I've worked here 33 years, so I started out as a teenager my whole career, so I've pretty much seen it all go up.
He has his favorites.
I did not get to meet him, but Michael Jordan was here. He had a private party one time here.
The sweetest, the ones that continue to come back around.
Like when Johnny White or any of the guys that played at Asheville High come in, they always come back to look at their picture. Kenny Ford comes in a lot. Yeah, so it's they come in and check it out. It's pretty cool.
And when you're just across the street from Cougar headquarters.
And getting into football season, so we're getting ready to ramp up. So it'll be exciting times across the street.
Those in Little Pigs Hall of Fame, that's their legacy. But there's also only one that can be Asheville's oldest barbecue.
We have generational people that eat here. The grandparents started eating when it first opened, and then their kids eat here, and then their kids eat here. So it's kind of like handed down throughout the years. We want them to feel the history, and we go overboard on customer service, try to make everybody feel like family, and to be sure that they want to come back and eat here again.
Out to Asheville High, Cougars hosting the Blues of Asheville School. Halfway through the first quarter, no sco until Tay Williams, facing 4th down, finds the freshman Kassison Baird for the Cougars score 6-0. Asheville High Blues try to answer in the red zone on the 4th down, but Jonas Howard is brought down by the turf monster, and it goes back to the Cougs to the second. Williams finds James Skies, and he will go. Oh, no way. Cougars try for 2, but do not convert. 12-0 home team. On the kickoff, Asheville's Isaiah Wallace nearly takes this in, but is stopped before the 5. We've got a while to get to the 5, but they would punch it in to make it 12-7.
He's almost there.
Cougars win 39-21.
Brevard looking like the top team in the area, trying to prove it with North Buncombe in town tonight. Blue Devils up 21-7 at the first half. They come out throwing in the third. Ben Kessinger finds Kellen Rogers over the middle for a first down, keeping the chains moving. Kessinger later capping off that drive, rolling right, keeping it himself, and taking a tumble across the line. 27-7 Blue Devils lead. After the missed PAT, Christian Conley running the offense in the fourth for Brevard. He's going to find Aiden Cantrell in the end zone for the 34-7 Blue Devils lead. They would tack on one more for a 41-14 win.
Let's go to Skyland. TCR Rams, they're 1-2, hosting 3-0 Freedom Patriots. First play from scrimmage, loose ball. Rams recover.
You see how he recovered that?
They recover 3 Freedom fumbles in the first half. That feels like a record, but they don't cash it in. Spoiler, that would continue on all those turnovers. Patriots happy about it. They were the ones turning the rock over. First quarter ended 0-0 well into the second. Freedom gets another drive going that they're trying to sustain. They eventually do. Caden Davis to Noah Francis. Rams scored right after with 40 seconds left before halftime, 7-6. The recess score final 20-14 Freedom. And 3-0 Hendersonville hosting 0-3 Erwin. Bearcats trying to keep the Warriors winless. Plenty of chaos in the final 4 of the second quarter. 10-7 Erwin, Caden Ingle, his guy Noah Hoodham, they connect. They'll try again. No, he didn't make a football move in the end zone, so it's incomplete. A little confusion because Erwin wants it. Fans are happy. And once we get it going, when Hendo gets the ball, Amir Albany trying to take it the distance, not gonna happen. Few plays later, we're getting down to halftime. Bearcats cough it up. Oh, jeez. A lot of fumbles today, people. Hold on to the pigskin. Inside of 2, inside of a minute. Ingle, Hoodham, success. A lot of chaos. Tick, tick, tick. Sets up the long field goal. Halftime score 13-7. Final 34-33. Warriors hold on and get that first dub.
All right, some other scores from around the area. Speaking of Henderson County schools, West Henderson picks up a big win at Owen, 37-15. Chase doubles up Madison to the tune of 30-15. Polk County, a 35-14 winner over Patton. How about some Friday night rivals? RS Central crossing the border to see former Pisgah head coach Brett Chappell and Chesnee. Scoreless game in the second. Evan Reese, Lauder, Gunner lets it fly. Braylon Blanton brings it down. Ensuing play, Evan Reese punches it in to make it 7-0 Eagles. 4 minutes later, Hilltopper strikes. Sophomore Rylan Holly finds Elmer Littlejohn in stride. He snags it, ties it up. Now Chesnee is going to score as time expired going into halftime. They're up 14-7 when receiving the second half kick, and they are going to bring it all the way back. Not really all the way. It was from like the 15, but all enough. How about that? 21-7. That feels like a devastating punch. But RS Central, frankly, doesn't care. Took them more than a quarter, but they eventually tie it up, scoring twice with good defense, 21-21. But it's Brett Chappell and Chesnee with the last laugh and the final score, 28-21, the final there. Hate to see any Western North Carolina
High
team
and
lose.
tight with the ball, people. High and tight.
Well, I just got to say, Brett Chappell, good dude out there, so happy he's having success down there, even if it did come at the expense of a Western North Carolina team. Well,
Ball on the outside hand. I don't know. A lot of fumbles. A lot of fumbles today, man.
all right, Marvin will be offering coaching lessons all next week. Like, so you're going to be gone, so maybe not. But I'll see you next Friday.